Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, social media all across the nation. Uneducated never presents Uneducated Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. We are going towards the end of our 32 for 32, which is 32 teams in 32 days. And we're going to the elite teams pretty much now, the top 4 teams in the NFL. We were talking about the 2 teams that pretty much got beat out in the, not gonna say championship rounds, but like the divisional rounds, that stuff. So we're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers and talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we do that, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that to the Uneducated Network. Please, if you have not liked or subscribed yet, please subscribe to Uneducated Network to where you see my show and many, many, many others. That being said, this is our 32 for 32. We are almost done with it. Let's go with the Green Bay Packers. They went 10-6 last year, but they ended on a 6-game winning streak to get hot into the playoffs, eventually losing in the playoffs, I believe, to the Atlanta Falcons in the championship round. But the Green Bay Packers show why they're still very good, no matter what's going on. At 4-6 last year, I still never counted them out. I still said they're going to win the division because that division is not that good. Teams aren't that scary. No one scares you. The Vikings don't scare you. The Lions don't scare you. And the Bears, damn sure, don't scare anybody. But I just knew that it was a matter of time once the Packers, it's one of those RELAX years for Aaron Rodgers. You're like, guys, fans, relax. We got this. We're the Green Bay Packers. I'm Aaron Rodgers, the best quarterback in the game. So they went ahead and went 6 in a row, got hot in the playoffs, lost in the championship game by dramatic fashion. No, I'm lying. They just got beat down by the Falcons. But Aaron Rodgers, you have a healthy Jordy Nelson now. Like, he wasn't really all that healthy last year, still put up numbers. You have a healthy Jordy Nelson. You got a Randall Cobb. Ty Montgomery is kind of solidifying that backfield status now. And he's going to be a PPR dream come true or a nightmare, depending on if you have him or not. Devontae Adams is going to come on strong this year as well, so they're ready for them. Their main focus for them is their defense. We all know that. We know that Julius Peppers left. He went to Carolina, back to Carolina, and then you have a declining Clay Matthews pretty much. Cornerback, secondary has been pretty much boo-boo as well, so you already knew that their focus this year was going to be on defense. Now, mind you, they did cut, I believe, 3 of their draft picks that they had, 3 or 4, just recently out the 53-man roster. So they're tight-knitted. But let's talk about the ones that did keep. So they had no first-round pick at all. I think they had no first-round pick. Before we could get started, they went 10-6 last year, as I said. But this team is a perennial powerhouse on offense, so they don't need that much on defense to help them out. They need a little something, just a something. Someone to make a play here, there, somewhere, because their offense is that good with Aaron Rodgers. And when you don't even need a running back game, because Eddie Lacy, he's gone. Eddie Lacy went to Seattle, and he was their big time running back, but he just couldn't stop eating food. But we'll see what's going on with their running game. I think Ty Montgomery, even though he's not the best in-between runner, he's still a decent running back. I think he'll make plays out the backfield too. They're not really going to worry about running the ball like that. When he can get run off the flat 4 yards or any small little pass play for 4 yards, that's perfect for the Packers. But defense is what they're worried about. So let's go with the NFL draft they had. They had no first round pick. Their second round pick was Kevin King, cornerback from Washington. This guy right here, 6'3". He can play multiple positions as well. He's a big guy. He can be on the outside. He can play the slot as well. So he's he's a very big cornerback, and they think that he is an NFL-ready number 1 cornerback. So they went ahead and got him. I don't blame him. Those Washington guys from the University of Washington last year, there's some great safety play, great cornerback play, great DB play overall in that university. So I think all those guys in Washington are going to pretty much do good this year in the draft. But I do like Kevin King, and I think that he can stick his nose where he wants to put his business in, and I like that from Kevin King, and I like that from the Packers to get him as well. So watch out for Kevin King to make plays this year. They're another second round pick. They got Josh Jones. He's a safety from North Carolina State. He's not your typical safety because one, they already have great safety play in Ha Clinton Dix and other guys too. But you figure, why is he there? Well, I kind of figured he could stick his nose in as a linebacker pretty much. He could play those roles. He could play inside the line of scrimmage. That's where they want him to be at. He could be that rover kind of guy. Not necessarily guarding cornerbacks, but he can go ahead and guard you a tight end. He can go ahead and guard the slot for a second, cover the slot. So I think, like I said, very versatile, and he plays like a linebacker. He plays bigger than what he really is, and that's what they want to see. And he's been doing that all his career in North Carolina State. So they're figuring they're gonna bring it to them as well. I mean, and he's fast. He runs a 4.41. So that's crazy fast for a safety in my opinion. But 4.41 is not bad at all, not shabby. So we're gonna see what he does, man. And in the third round, they put Montravius Adams, defensive tackle from Auburn. It's a big dude, man. When I say he's 6'3", 300 pounds, not lying. But when I say he runs 4.8 speed, not lying. The man is fast for a big dude. A defensive tackle who can run a 4.8 speed is incredible, in my opinion. They're trying to be fast. The Packers are saying they're adjusting to the NFL. You need athletes. You need guys who can run fast. You need guys who can cover. So they're adjusting to that. They just need a little help, just a little bit help. That's it. And if they get that, they'll be fine. So just those aspects, those 3 picks right there are going to help the Packers out tremendously to get somewhere, to get back to the finals, or get back to the conference finals, or even get back to the Super Bowl. This team is pretty good right now. I had this team. You mark with their division, which is NFC North. It's not that good, and then they play against the NFC South, which is pretty good, top to bottom. But outside that, there's really no, I'm going to say, competition, to be honest, for the Packers. I think they go ahead and have a balling year this year. They went 10-6 last year. I have them at 12-4 this year. Once again, winning the NFC North, going to the playoffs, making a little noise. Just saying. I got them at 12-4. And we shall see. Let's go on to the Pittsburgh Steelers, where we're talking about Mike Tomlin and his game. These guys went 11-5 last year, but they ended on a 7-game winning streak. They went out there after losing to the Dallas Cowboys 35-30. They went on a 7-game winning streak and never looked back. And they were basically bounced out in the AFC Championship game against the New England Patriots. But these guys come back with a stellar lineup once again. Big Ben is a catalyst. They're going to go as far as Big Ben is, as far as Big Ben goes. So we should see about that. Of course, you have Antonio Brown, everyone's favorite fantasy player, and Le'Veon Bell as well, everyone's favorite fantasy players. Funny how the 2 best fantasy guys are on the same freaking team. But it is what it is. Le'Veon Bell finally came back. He came back September 1st. He's back. He's ready to go. They say he looks in incredible shape. Rumors have it he will get about 30 touches the first game, so I believe that pretty wholeheartedly. Martavis Bryant, he comes back from his smoking injury. But he is back at the number 2, a solidified number 2. So, and he can make big plays. When we saw 2 years ago, when it's there, he can make it happen. But can't stay on the field long enough. That's the whole issue. So these guys, our offense, are just poised to have another breakout season, no matter what's going on. Then on defense, Ryan Shazier is their catalyst, the linebacker. He's going to hold it down for them. He's fast. He's quick. That's what the NFL is all about these days. Fast, quick guys. If you can go east to west, they don't really like the north to south anymore. So Ryan Shazier is a perfect example of going east to west as a linebacker. They added Joe Hayden this year. Joe Hayden got cut by the Cleveland Browns, not because he was just horrible, but because he made $11 million and he just wasn't playing to that $11 million stake. So he gets cut. Pittsburgh Steelers pick him up. I believe it's a 3-year, $21 million deal, something like that. So he's in Pittsburgh, and if he's healthy, he is a very good cornerback, and he's going to make wonders happen for Pittsburgh. So that was a great pickup by them. He stays in the AFC North. He knows the system. He knows all the other teams to play against. So he's very smart. He's very smart. So I don't blame him. And old man James Harrison, he's going to play till he's 85 years old. No doubt. And he's still stronger than an ox. Like the dude just like lifts weights just for a living, just to do it. And like he's got muscles on top of his eyebrows, his eyelids. It's crazy how big this dude is. But he's still kicking it at the age of 97. So well, we shall see about that, man. It's crazy. Let's go ahead. They went 11-5 last year. Like I said, won 7 games in a row. This team is poised. They really have no competition now in the AFC North. It was them and the Ravens for a long time, but the Ravens have fell off on hard times. Joe Flacco isn't Joe Flacco. We've seen not the Super Bowl Joe Flacco, so we don't know what we're going to get from the Baltimore Ravens. I think that they don't have any competition anymore. We're talking about the Cincinnati Bengals, who might give them a little something, and then of course, the Browns. Oh no. And the Ravens were their competition, but the Ravens have fell off as well. I think their biggest competition this year might be the Bengals, because I did have them going 11-5, but outside of that, no competition for these guys. Let's start off with their draft picks. They have their first round, the 30th pick. They go with T.J. Watt, who is the younger brother of J.J. Watt. Yeah, outside linebacker. His motor is high. I'm glad he got to a 3-4 system, because he plays that much better than a 4-3 system. A 3-4 system, it might get him places. It might get him to do things that you want him to do. His first preseason game, I think he gets 2 sacks and 4 plays, something like that. So the guy's going to come in. His motor does not stop, which I really, really like him. He might be a great counterpart to James Harrison as James Harrison gets older and older and older. The one head scratcher for was their second round pick, Juju Smith-Schuster. I like him as a player. Do I like him in the system? No. Way too many receivers as it is, but it was for a precautionary reason, just in case Martavis Bryant didn't come back the way he should. Just in case they do need he's a big dude. He reminds me of a Heinz Ward kind of type, a big scrappy dude who can catch the ball. He has great hands, but will he see the field? He might be a let's wait next year kind of guy. So we'll see about that. Juju Smith-Schuster, wide receiver from USC. At number 3, they get Cameron Sutter, cornerback from Tennessee. And look, he makes big plays when he's not injured. He's injury. I'm not gonna say injury prone. That's tough to say, but he gets injured a lot. And when he's not injured, he's a playmaker. This guy's always around the football. In Tennessee, you saw the whole entire time he was always around the football, but he stayed injured. So you get good cornerback play. Hopefully, if he's healthy, they'll be okay. James Conner, the running back from Pittsburgh itself, the university. Not only is it a great story with the surviving cancer and beating it out, that kind of stuff. He will also be a great fill-in for Le'Veon Bell. He's a powerful runner. So if you want to give Le'Veon Bell a few carries off, because we don't know what kind of, yes, he's in great shape, but he's in football shape, which is kind of weird to say, but can he handle that? You might want to spare him a few carries, because last year I think they kept pounding him, and then he kind of fell off towards the end. But now they're saying we can give him 6-7 less carries and give it to James Conner. James Conner is going to be a great fit for them. I like that. He lost a lot of weight too, so he's going to do very well for the Pittsburgh Steelers in a mop-up role. And then in the 5th round, they went for their future in Joshua Dobbs. He is the quarterback from Tennessee, another Tennessee guy taking off the board for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Josh Dobbs, he's going to be probably the future that they're looking, because Big Ben is pretty much on his last leg, his last good leg. Let's just say that. He's on his last good leg, so hopefully when he does, call it quits in the next couple of years, they got a backup plan, and Joshua Dobbs is no dummy. Literally, he's probably one of the smartest guys I know. From what I heard, he's like a 4.2 student, something like that. So Josh Dobbs, he's going to learn that playbook. He's going to study it. He's going to sit back and watch a great Ben Roethlisberger do his thing, and we will see what goes on with that. I really like what the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing. Waiting for the future. Got a little cornerback play, a little linebacker play. They're ready again to break out once again. Like this Green Bay Packers team and this Pittsburgh Steelers team, they're not going anywhere for a number of years unless their quarterbacks leave and leave them in a bad shape. And I think that Joshua Dobbs comes in and he fits very well for Pittsburgh. Get a tall, athletic guy who can sit and watch and learn from Ben Roethlisberger. And when it's all said and done, the Pittsburgh Steelers are still rolling. They went 11-5 this year. I think they go up and go 12-4 this year, win the division once again. Pittsburgh and Green Bay will be very scary once again in the playoffs. Will they go? No, I don't have them winning at all, but they will be very formidable and a very scary team to deal with. So with that being said, I got the Pittsburgh Steelers at 12-4 and the Green Bay Packers at 12-4. Tell me how you feel about both teams. Like, subscribe, comment. My name is Carlos Clayton. Check me out on Facebook. I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana, if that helps. Check me out on Twitter at Carlos Clayton _ I repeat, at Carlos Clayton _ and like, subscribe to Uneducated Network. It's presenting my show, Uneducated Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. Our next episode, we will talk about the Dirty Birds from Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons, part of our 32 for 32, and then we'll talk about the Patriots, the show after that, to wrap it all up for the 32 for 32. So I'm glad you guys have been following me this whole entire time. I got some kind of like a little sick, a little bit, a little nose, that kind of stuff going on, man. But no, I'm still doing this for you guys, so don't matter if I'm sick or not. I'm still rolling with it. So, that being said, subscribe to Uneducated Network. It presents the show, Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. And as always, sports fans, you know what it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.